All right, one of the things you'll hear a lot of retired politicians say is after they leave politics, of course, they can only then say what they really, really think. I got to tell you, I think that's a bit of a cop-out because they should be sharing their true thoughts while they're in office rather than parroting some approved lines from some anonymous bureaucrat. Well, one chap who's never left anyone in doubt of what he thinks when he was in Parliament or out of it is former Victorian Polly Bernie Finn. Delighted to say he joins me now. Bernie, we've got so much to get through. Let's kick it off with this. The voice referendum was smashed. Even Albo's admitted defeat on legislating a new Aboriginal bureaucracy. But it seems the state premiers haven't got the message. How much louder does the voice of regular Aussies need to be for these premiers to pay attention?
Well, Cory, I think we have to recognise that this wasn't just a defeat. This was an absolute shellacking. 21% difference, all 6 states voting no. It was a monumental defeat of this particular proposal. And I see today, tonight in fact, just before I came into the studio, that some of the leaders of this campaign are going to set up their own voice. Now, what that's about, I can't begin to imagine, but perhaps they'll latch on to some of the states that are doing the same. The guy in South Australia, Mananaskis, he seems hell-bent on doing exactly what the electorate doesn't want him to do. The only one who seems to have backed away is Palaszczuk in Queensland, and of course she's got an election very soon, so you can certainly understand that. But we as Australians have made our views perfectly clear. We could not have made it any clearer. It was loud, clear, just smashing them through the side of the head if they don't listen to us. And, this is just extraordinary that they would basically give us the middle finger. That's what they're doing to every Australian. They are giving us the middle finger. And it's about time that these people realise that they are our servants, not the other way around.
Exactly. In South Australia, they legislated the voice prior to the referendum, but then they put it on in hibernation or suspension until after the referendum because they knew exactly what the people would see, what it was, a disgraceful rort that is going to damage, I think, relations going forward. Hey, speaking of disgraceful, there were disgraceful scenes in Parliament this week with the Greens and a couple of those vacuous teals actually backing Hamas. Can they get any worse, Bernie?
Well, I tell you what, Cory, I just wonder sometimes, just when you think they've hit rock bottom, just when you think they couldn't get any worse, they come out with something like this. Now, Hamas is a terrorist organisation, an organisation that is dedicated to the killing of Jews. As long as there are Jews on this earth, Hamas will have a reason to survive. Now, that's yet to be seen, of course, over the next little while. But, for the Greens to be supporting an organisation like that, and Hezbollah too, I assume, is absolutely appalling. In countries overseas, and I'm a great supporter, as you know, of freedom of speech, freedom of movement, a whole range of freedoms. But on this occasion, you've got to wonder if an organisation, a political party, supporting a terrorist organisation shouldn't be deregistered. What is going on in this country when you can have an organisation which beheads babies, rapes women, murders entire villages, and a political party stands up and says that's okay with us? I mean, what is going on in the heads of these people? They're insane. It does. It endorses them and supports them. It is just beyond understanding.
And Bernie, this is the thing, right? Israel, they're responding to these terrible terror attacks. That's, I think, a very justifiable response from the Jewish state. Things do seem to be escalating rapidly, though, and my concern here is that this has a potential now to spark a global conflict because as the Arab states gang up against Israel and the terror attacks, and then you've got these useful idiots in the West who, are backing the terrorists as well. Where do you see this ending?
Well, it's a real concern. And I was particularly concerned the other night when I saw Joe Biden at his press conference in Jerusalem. Because that guy didn't know where he was. He didn't know what he was talking about. And he gave the distinct impression that America is clueless. He had cards in his hands that he was mumbling. Well, I assume he was reading them, but he was mumbling away, and he just left the message for the world to see that America does not have a leader. Let's face facts. If Trump had been president of the United States, this wouldn't have happened. Russia wouldn't be in Ukraine, and the Palestinians, the Hamas, wouldn't have attacked Israel. What we have in the White House is weakness. And everybody knows it. Everybody knows it, and they're taking advantage of it. And that's the thing that could lead to an international conflict, because they see an opportunity, and they just might take it.
There is a geopolitical realignment going on because of America's weakness. Hey, Bernie, I've got to leave it there, but thanks very much for your time. I look forward to speaking with you again very, very soon.